I think I need to take a deep breath.
Yeah?
It's been a rough 24 hours, Drewski.
It's been, well, for many reasons. It's been a rough 24 hours for your eyes are already glossy.
I'm already crying. This is going to be a great episode.
I've been friends for Des
For Des?
I've been friends with Des for over 10 years.
Correct.
And this isn't a comment on you or anything bad.
It will be.
I've seen you crying the most I've seen. Hold for military helicopter, apparently. Things so
They
loud.
won't be able to hear it.
I know. I just.
Okay. What were you about to say?
I saw you cry the most I've seen you cry in our friendship in the last 24 hours.
Seriously?
I think so. Like, I've seen you cry a lot, but I think in the span of 24 hours.
Okay.
Hang
on here.
You're not a crier.
I'm really not.
No,
I
I
wear my
know.
heart on my sleeve, I feel like, but I always give you crap because you like listening to sad songs or like,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that I'm like, oh, I really want to watch a sad movie or listen to a sad song. Like no, like I'm good. And it's not necessarily repressed emotion. Okay, guys, we're in therapy, but I don't do it. And if I feel sad, I'm like, damn, I'm sitting in this.
And that's a shout out to you because I have to listen to a sad song or watch a sad movie to feel something sometimes.
All right.
Not something, but like sadness.
Yeah.
So,
So it's a perfect middle. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a rough 24 hours, you guys. We're gonna get into our trip, but just basically the state of being of Des right now.
Uh-huh.
Right before leaving to record, I posted my first post, essentially on Dummies, just recapping the season. And this is the only thing I'm going to talk about because I don't want to talk about it anymore. But I'm so proud. I posted it sobbing, had to put on makeup in 10 minutes and head out the door. And it's a very beautiful but awful thing. Like, we were recording about 24 hours after the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I've barely had any time to process. We're back in LA. We flew back this morning.
Mhm.
It's been a wild ride. So I think tomorrow it's finally going to all settle. So it's a little good and bad that we're recording this soon. And I'm like, what's she going to do? Is she going to break down any moment? We don't know what's going to happen.
That is true. They say sometimes like when someone deals with like trauma, they're like, you got to take some time off work. They're like, no, I got to work or else I'll feel something. And we like literally
magic.
finished. Yeah. So
we're going to find magic in this episode because she'll cry, she'll scream, she'll yell. We don't know, and I probably won't be able to talk about it correctly or my feelings.
And the good news is, all you listeners and watchers at home, you get a nice barrier between you and Des. I'm right next to her. So whatever happens this episode, it's going to be me. It's going to be me getting the brunt of it.
All I can say is thank God it was so cold at the game because I was able to wear a bandana or there was a gaiter over my face and glasses and a beanie. I was sobbing at the end of the game. You knew because you were standing next to me.
Mm-hmm.
But if anyone sort of looked at me, they would just see someone just standing still. But I'm just tears running down.
We'll get into like, we're going to kind of go back and forth. We'll get into the game. But I, as like Dez's producer for Broncos for Dummies, I have this, and Des has a very stressful job too, but I have the stressful job of like, all right, I want to give Des space for this moment. However, I've been with Des where the Broncos have won games. I've been with Des at games where the Broncos have lost games. And you're really good at like, the Broncos lost, this sucks. We also have to get some content of like, last person in the stands or watching it all unfold. And like, you're very self-aware of like how to get kind of like tongue-in-cheek, funny, sad Broncos fan content.
Yep.
So I'm standing next to one of my best friends who's watching her favorite team season end horribly.
I'm going to start crying.
And I'm like giving her the space she needs while also like subtly taking out my phone and like trying to get these cinematic shots of like the frozen tear running down her face and like the players walking off the field. And I'm like, get this, but also, you okay there, buddy? But stand still for the shot. But you okay?
I was standing there completely numb. Literally, it felt like someone punched me in the stomach, staring at the field being like, how do I pull myself together? This is so embarrassing. It's not. We were with amazing friends, Amber and Johnny. Shout out Amber and Johnny. We
The
love you
biggest
to death.
shout outs to Amber and Johnny in the world.
So either way, I was around a lot of supportive people, but I was like, pull yourself together. It's just a game. But I'm standing there staring, being like, let me feel this for a second. But here we are. Then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, below me, I see a phone sort of come into my range of view.
I was curious if you knew what I was doing.
I saw it and I was like, I'll let him, but I feel I'm numb. So anyways, so that was this moment. So guys, she's unhinged. She's a little unstable, but that makes for great entertainment. But we got to talk about our trip.
Which started bright and early. When did
Saturday
what time
morning.
did you set your alarm? What time did you get up on Saturday morning?
4:15.
I think that's when I got up too, yeah.
I went to bed at 3:15.
Yep, and I went to bed. I got a whopping like 3.5 hours of sleep.
We arrived in Denver with a
God.
total of 4 hours of sleep between us both.
Uh-huh.
So it was great. So I took a quick hour nap. We get in the car, we get to the airport.
Shout out my girlfriend Emily for driving us to LAX.
Yes.
And Emily is not a morning person.
No.
So
So
yeah.
we get to LAX, and we're like, you know what? We feel awful. What else is there to do other than get a beer? All right? Get an airport beer. So we get there and there's a concession stand and they have bottled beers.
You're missing the point.
We also have an hour and a half to record, so I'm sort of going past
No,
all
I
the
know.
details.
That's fair. We were going to get to the frontier thing, but go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we see the bottled beers and we're like, okay, great. We put it on the counter. What was her name? Doesn't matter. Lily. And let's call her Lily.
No, it was Lily.
Okay, amazing. We put it in and she goes, I can't sell this to you. And we go, oh, we have our IDs. And she goes, we can't sell beer until 6 a.m. It is 5:50. And we're like, all right, we'll take a 10-minute walk. And so we go all the way down to our gate, take a quick vid, come back. We're the first person in line with her beer. And she goes, oh, you guys made it back. Poured us a draft beer.
Ice cold, frosty beer.
Yeah, and we boarded at 6:15. So
But-
we had that much time.
And my favorite thing about that is like the people in front of us got like, 2 coffees and some like Egg McMuffins. And then we order our beer. People behind us, couple of OJs and like a breakfast burrito. And then we're just standing in this little kiosk. It wasn't even like a bar. It was like a little kiosk. We can't leave the kiosk. We have to drink the beers there. And we're just standing there chugging beer while everyone else is drinking coffee and eating breakfast like normal people.
So we started out strong.
Started out super strong.
We flew out on Frontier. Don't fly Frontier.
Unless you want
Frontier,
to sponsor us.
You know what? Actually, if they did, I'd say no. I would say no.
Wow. Okay.
That's how awful it was.
It was an awful experience.
It was an awful experience. And I haven't flew with Frontier. I don't know if ever. Maybe I have. But I always knew Spirit was the airline you don't fly on. Okay? We wanted cheap tickets. We didn't know where we were going. We had to get them last minute. So Frontier was the option. My God. The seats were an inch thick. They didn't recline. The tray table, maybe two iPhones put together.
If that.
You could barely put a cup of water on there.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want a cup of water? That'll be $5,
Yep.
please.
Yep.
Nothing. It just, besides our flight attendant was a Broncos fan, so she made an announcement.
She was like the captain flight attendant. Everyone else, like they all hated their jobs.
I know.
Like I walked on and
But
I was
I
like,
get it.
good morning. And the flight attendant just looked at me and went, just kind of smiled. And I was like, okay, this is going to be hell.
But what was really cool about this flight is there were a ton of Broncos fans. People were wearing their Broncos gear from LAX to Denver, and some Patriots fans. So while we were about to land, the flight attendant goes on. She goes, for everyone going to the game tomorrow, bundle up. Denver's my home. I love the Broncos, and go Broncos. And then everyone on that plane who was a Broncos fan shouted, go Broncos.
Yeah.
It was such a fun experience. And sure, we had an hour of sleep. Sure, we drank a beer at 6 a.m., but hell yeah, we're in Denver. Let's go.
10:30 a.m. We got a whole day ahead of us.
Whole day ahead of us. So we get to McGregor Square and we're staying at the Rally Hotel. Shout out Rally Hotel. If you ever go to Denver, you got to check it out. It's right next to Coors Field.
Yeah.
So literally a stone's throw away. We get to Rally Hotel, gorgeous, and then we had to head to the rally. Within moments.
Yes, we did. The Broncos rally. And so we got bundled up because if no one knew, it was Arctic freeze.
That is what is insane. So I was just speaking to my parents, Ed and Denise, hello, on the way back here. And they're, as parents do, they love asking, what's the temperature? I don't know. Do your parents ever ask you, what's the temperature?
They never
out there?
ask, but if I'm talking to my dad, he'll always be like, yeah, well, we got a little dusting of snow. I'm like, okay.
Weather is something you talk about with your
100%.
parents. I never talk about it really with my friends, but my parents always know how the weather is because I always tell them. Anyways, so they're like, oh, yeah, it's now supposed to be 40s and 50s in Denver. It's like the only time that it was this Arctic freeze was basically the 2 days we were there.
100%.
So, and by Arctic freeze, a wind chill of -10, I believe it hit.
For the game. Yeah.
The fan rally, I think it was around 12 degrees for the most part. So, freezing.
And we're in LA right now, and we're used to LA weather. And we're born and raised in Colorado, but we have become LA babies when it comes to the cold. So,
but it's a thing. I mean, I know quite a few people that have moved here from Colorado, and they all say the same
100%.
thing. After you're here for a year, you just lose that ability, no matter how long you grew up in Colorado.
I mean, we were saying it was chilly. We were kidding, but
well, that was part of a bit.
But still, it was a little chilly outside.
Okay.
It's like 60 degrees.
But we go to the fan rally. So the Broncos organized this fan rally, and they haven't done this, obviously, in 10 years because we haven't been back to the AFC Championship in 10 years. And it was in Larimer Square.
Yes.
I always get Larimer Square and Larchmont confused.
Okay.
Because Larchmont is in LA, and it's not similar, but it's a strip where it has a lot of restaurants and shops.
Yeah.
And same with Larimer Square.
Yes.
So I always have to double check mine. So anyways, it was a good rally
Yeah.
for being 12 degrees in an Arctic
Yeah.
freeze out there. So we're around, we're having a good time, and then all of a sudden I turn and I see someone taking a picture with Drew. And I was like, oh, do you want me, like, trying to take a selfie with Drew? It's like, do you want me taking? She goes, no, both of you get in. Because I was like, oh my God, Drew was recognized first.
And see, I remember it differently. I saw the woman come up, and I thought she was like, oh,
she is a sports baller, and I'm
Yes.
so sorry. You introduced yourself, and I didn't catch the name.
So shout out to you, though.
Yeah, you made Drew's day. I think.
Yeah, Des is happier about this, I think, than I am. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm unhappy about it, but it was just how I remember it was she came up and wanted to take a picture, and she goes, can we take a picture? And I'm used to it coming up to Des, and I'm like, of course. So I immediately become the photographer, and I'm like, I got you. Let me take a photo. And so I remember grabbing the phone, and she was like, no, with both of you. I listened to the podcast. And I was like, hey, I get to do this. So it was really cool. And now I feel awful because I don't remember your name. But
We met a lot of amazing
Yes.
people, so I'm gonna try and get better at, like, writing down people's names when I meet them to give them shout outs when they're fans of the pod. That's my goal in my little noggin.
that's fair.
I know.
So
Yeah, so it was a good time. Then we went to a bar to chill because obviously it was 10 degrees out, so we had to go inside. And one thing about Colorado is if you grew up there, have ever visited, it's a very trusting place. Like, I feel like unless you're in a city on the coast or Chicago, like when there's a lot of people, you just got to sort of watch your stuff a little bit more or watch your back. You just have to be aware. And in Colorado, it's a little bit more chill. You can leave your bag and someone's going to be watching it. It's just a little bit more trusting. So I had to go work a little. And so went to a spot at the bar that was quiet. So Drew's hanging out with our friends, Matthew and Jesse.
shout out Matt and Jesse.
Yeah, at the table. And I'm down and then I come back up. Everyone's gone. The beers are still there. My stuff is there. My jacket, which has my wallet, my sunglasses I always wear, all on the table. And I'm like, okay, cool. Where are they? Can't find any of them. Turns out Drew decides to go outside, hang out a little with Matthew, see what's outside, and left everything behind. And I was like, you guys just do this? What if I didn't come up here? So I don't know how long my stuff was left alone.
And she doesn't need to know. And she'll never know. And that's fine. Everything was fine. Nothing was stolen. And everyone was fine and better off for it. So that's fine. Also, you'll see some themes throughout this story of our trip of me screwing up. And so all of that, I did. And so all of that anxiety literally culminated to this, going back, epic moment when the Broncos lose and Des is wearing her heart on her sleeve and crying. And I was like, I have to do something good for once. I have to do something good for once. And it was invading Dez's most intimate moments. because I messed that up real quick.
I didn't say you messed that up at all.
It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
I did. I left all of our stuff unattended.
Oh, the table. Okay.
Yeah, as a producer, Des wanted me to get some footage. At the rally, they had the tunnel where the players run out and are all hyped up and ready to go. There's fog, there's lights, there's this whole thing. So Matt and I, being boys, are like, let's run through the tunnel. We're like hyping each other up, being football players. Great thing. Run out. Des is like, cool, that was fun. Can you come get some content of me running through the tunnel? And I'm like, totally, Des, I got you. And so she hands me the phone and she goes back into the exit. So she's at the end, she goes back into the tunnel. And out of the tunnel are those like plastic like flappers that are like our dividers that are like in big freezers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great. So Des runs back into the tunnel. And what do? I stand outside the tunnel just waiting for Des to run out of the tunnel. What good does that do for footage? Nothing. Nothing's outside of the tunnel. All the fun stuff is inside the tunnel.
Because inside the tunnel, it's lights and
Yes.
fogs and everything.
Awesome ambiance.
It looks like I came out of a car wash. That's what Drew thought. He's like, yeah, I'll get you coming out of the car wash.
So Des runs in there, and she's probably already doing content, and then turns around, no one's there. So then she comes out, and she's like, hey, can you come here, please?
Drew.
So I came, and then I kind of got some content. Here's the thing. I probably have ADD or ADHD.
I think we've been talking about this.
Never been diagnosed.
Well, and I think it's almost time.
Des is diagnosing me. I'm getting better at being Dez's producer, but also squirrel all the time. So, and the problem is, the thing that I produce for Des is like one of my favorite things. It's football, and the Broncos are good, and so there's shiny things. There's Lombardi trophies over there. There's cool tunnels of like lights
Tunnels
and
of lights.
sounds,
Lights and tunnels.
and my friends are there, and cool sounds over there. Really hard to focus.
But I think, and I had a whole break. Guys, when Drew said this is the most he's seen me cry, actually, now that I'm thinking about this trip, it makes a little bit more sense. Because, like, Sportzball, you get a little peek behind the car wash curtains, okay? I had a breakdown, like, morning of game day, because I was like,
oh my God, yes.
There's times all I want to do is be a fan. Sometimes I just want to be a fan and just attend a tailgate, just attend the game, and just exist and be a part of it. And I have to give that up because of what I do.
Yes.
And the grass is always greener.
Yes.
I would never give up. I love doing what I do, but it gets very stressful. I didn't get to hang out with Amber and Johnny as long as I wanted to because I had to work and little things like that. And Drew, you've been my producer now for 2 years, but this year we really locked in and doing this. And so slowly but surely you're getting there. Dummies has been going for 5 years. And so I believe I've finally gotten to a place where I'm like, I understand this and what the trade-off is. But I think with Drew, there's a lot of times that an amazing play just happened and he's a fan. Holy shit, that just happened. And I'm like, yeah, Drew, that's great. Can you get a video of me reacting to this happening?
And then the problem is I panic. So then I'm like, yeah. And then I get a video of like a 3rd and 2 run. And Des is like eating a chicken wing. And she's like, what are you doing? Get this phone out of my face.
I know.
The reason I was laughing at the beginning of Des saying she had a breakdown.
Having a breakdown.
It's because, so we stayed at the rally for 2 nights. We stayed in the same room, separate beds, obviously. And we wake up and Des is already up getting ready. It's the day of the AFC Championship game. It's the craziest game ever. We have so much to do. And so I wake up, I see Des and I'm like, how you doing? And Des just sees me and goes, like, I don't know if you remember, but you kind of giggle under your breath and you're like, fine. And then you walked in the bathroom and closed the door. And I was like, okay, different vibe than I thought we were going to have to start off the game.
Because you must understand, I woke up with like 5 text messages. Like, I'm an awful texter. And when I get overwhelmed, I shut down. I don't communicate with anyone, especially around Broncos games. And I say it with so much love, but like a lot of people, they want to hang out.
Yes.
And I had like 4 texts of like, what is your plan? This is where we're going to be. This is what we want to do. Can you come? Essentially. And I I shut down. I panicked. And so when you were like, how you doing? I was like, fine. In my head, I was like, Des, pull your shit together. Today's a great day. You're going to be fine. And I couldn't. I couldn't.
Well, then it was funny. So like 5 minutes out, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let Des do her thing. She's got a lot going on. She's probably stressed. And then she comes back. She's like, hey, can we talk? And I was like, oh God. And then immediately and like, I'm not making fun of you, but like it just all came out. And I was like, I got you. I'm going to listen. We'll figure this out. And we did. And everything seemed to work out pretty
Yeah,
great.
dude. Yeah, I've only cried like 17 more times after that.
That's true. That's true.
It's good stuff. So Saturday, that was Sunday morning. But also Saturday night, I want to give a huge shout out to our friends Alex, Al Mommy, and Ev Zaddy. Evan was on the podcast. He's a huge Ravens fan.
Did our theme music.
And they're literally, honestly, could be having a baby as we're speaking right now.
Al Mommy is pretty responsive to like Dez's DMs and texts, and Des sent a couple DMs and hasn't heard back from her. So
my Spidey sensitive. But I'm saying that because she came out Saturday night.
Yes.
And we were kidding about it. And I was like, what if we were with them and then it starts happening? And I was like, I want to be able to keep my chill. But Alex and Evan they have such a level head. Like they're so calm. And I was like, we would be more stressed and more of a hindrance to be around for our friend going into labor. So honestly, I don't know if she should have been around us.
I mean, she was fine. She executed everything. Meanwhile, Des and I have been partying. Not partying, but like we're just like, yeah, you want to go here?
We were out all day. We had beers.
And they're like, okay, yeah. What's going on? So chill.
So I want to give a huge shout out to them. I'm so excited for them. It's a really cool time.
And I was just thinking, we always miss breaking news while we're recording our podcast. Usually it's NFL news, but there's a chance that we'll finish recording this and there will be a picture of a newborn little baby.
Breaking news. I know. Sorry, guys. I hope you're okay with us talking about you going to labor anyways.
Speaking of talking about things that Des doesn't want people to talk about, we're just jumping all around, but when we were in the elevator and I...
Okay.
Hold on. Now I'm pausing.
The theme of the trip was Drew speaking to everyone.
Here's the thing. You know that those State Farm commercials where it's like they're trying to stop you from becoming your dad or your parents?
This is like brutal because it's not State Farm. Sorry, Geico.
What?
Isn't it Geico?
I think it's State Farm.
Becoming your parents?
Look it up. I think it's State or no.
Progressive.
Wow.
Oh my God. Hey, Progressive, you're our favorite insurance company.
Anyway.
Way more than Geico and State Farm. Okay, I think we covered our bases.
We did. Thank you. You're all the best.
Yeah.
But it really came to a head this trip.
I couldn't believe it.
Cannot not talk to anybody. And and that's the thing. Elevators,
love them.
Airports,
loves them.
Planes,
loves
those
them.
are just the best. So, my joke, my favorite saying throughout the trip was, so you flying to home or away from home? Like, I just can't help myself. And like, we get in the elevator and it's like, you go into the game today? Make sure you bundle up. I just have to talk to everybody.
Everyone. And it's so funny because Drew left, I believe it was the Sunday morning. He went downstairs to go grab something. So we were separated for a sec. And he comes back in and he goes, man, I'm really on it today because you weren't around. I was talking to everyone.
Chatty elevator rides up and down.
And I was like, that is not fair that because I'm around, you don't. Because you must understand my side. You do a bit with people, and if they don't respond, you're like, okay. And then we walk away, and then you're like, Drew, you don't have to talk to everyone. Talking to himself, spiraling. I'm like, it's okay, Drew. Next time you'll get him. Like giving you a pep talk. And so I'm trying to balance Drew really wanting to talk to people, but also like, if you don't get the reaction you want to get, then you beat yourself up and you spiral.
I don't know what it is. Like, I truly don't. Because I saw myself, I just have to see anyone and everyone and have like a moment of like camaraderie.
If you make eye contact with anyone, Drew is, if you make eye contact with Drew, he's going to give you a nod and be like, how you doing?
How you doing? I see you're wearing the 550s. Like, I can't help it.
How about this weather we're having, huh?
God, it's insane.
My favorite part of Drew talking to a stranger. We are waiting outside the stadium to go in. We have to wait for Amber and Johnny to get to us. So I'm up top at the stairs posting some content. So Drew's just on the lookout trying to find Amber and Johnny. It was chaos getting into the stadium. It was very busy. Was. So all of a sudden, I look up and I hear Drew talking to someone. And who's he talking to but two fully bullet vests, guns, policemen. And I didn't hear what he's saying, but I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have left him alone. Like, he's talking to people
chat
again.
To someone.
So he comes back, and I don't even look up from my phone. I go, what did you say to them? What did you say to them?
So I walk up to him, Arctic Freeze.
To be fair, I don't think they even gave you eye contact.
Nope.
You went out of your way to walk to them.
Well, I had done all the things I needed to do. Des was taking care of content. I got Amber and Johnny out of the long line and got them into the shorter line. We were waiting for them. Can't go into the stadium yet because Amber and Johnny have our tickets. So
what else
twiddle
does
my
he do?
thumbs, squirrel. Walk up to the 2 police officers and I go, you guys staying out here all day? And they go, uh-huh. And then I go, all right, stay warm. And they go, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I walk back with what is probably like a half like proud and also embarrassed. Like, well, did that.
You don't have to talk to everyone, especially to military grade officers outside making sure everyone is safe. And she was like, hey, bundle up, all right? Hey, you guys are doing a great job.
I hear bone broth is good for these cold temps. And I just can't help it. And then we got in, and so now I'm like aware of it, and it's like I'm trying to hold it all in. And so there were like ticket checkers that were outside freezing their cojones off. Then we go inside, and there were ticket checkers that were inside, and I was so close to being like, got the easy job, huh? Like, I can't, and they don't care. They're like, sure.
Sure. Please keep moving.
God.
There's thousands of people behind you. You need to keep it going.
It's insane.
But Drew, this is where it really came to bite me in the ass.
We'll talk about football eventually.
I know. Don't worry. We have about an hour of catching you up on our trip, and then we'll get to football.
A lot of things happen in 48 hours.
So, an elevator ride, right? What is Drew's favorite thing ever? It's an elevator ride because people are trapped in four walls. You have if you make eye contact with Drew, he is talking to you.
And if you're wearing a white sweatshirt with the white sweatpants and nondescript anything, I will find something to talk to you about.
So we're getting back from the game Sunday night. I am depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And at the Rally Hotel, they have Coors on draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
no, not specifically at the check-in. Like, it's not just at like a bar. Like the hotel check-in behind it is a tap.
Yes.
And they're like, welcome to the Rally Hotel. Here's Coors Light. It's awesome.
So we're walking in. And I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. And right before this, I was telling Drew, I was like, God, I feel miserable. I'm cold. I'm bloated. I'm tired. Whatever. I see a guy at the front desk, and I'm like, screw it. I go, what are the odds that we can get a beer? I know we're not checking in. What are the odds? And he goes, the odds are. So he literally pours us beers, right? So all this happened as we were walking to the hotel. Then we have 2 beers, right? So Drew starts saying something right before getting to the elevator, and I don't hear him, but we hop on the elevator. There's 3 people inside. Drew, I didn't know this until after, but I guess it was like 2 parents and a son around 16 years old. Drew catches the son, I guess, look at me.
It looked like he double took Des as in like, I know her.
Yeah.
From dummies. And as someone who's been around Des for a while and sees people ask her for selfies, but also then like not want to, I can see when people clock her as like someone they think they know. And so I looked at this kid who I think gave Des that look. Now we're in the elevator.
We're in the elevator. So he started saying something. So I go, Drew, what were you saying? And you go, and you started, or like, and I was like, oh, then don't worry about it. Like, as in, maybe we shouldn't talk about this in strangers. So I go, oh, don't worry about it. Drew then continues to go. He goes, no, I'm just saying it's funny. You're just saying you were bloated and now you have a beer. The elevator is silent. We are now talking about me being bloated in front of Drew thinks this guy knows me. So now he's going to be like, wow, that Des Broncos for Dummies Des sure was bloated game night.
And then the dad of the 3 people that were in there, the dad said, I don't remember what he said.
He said something. He's like, beer will do that
to you. Yeah, you gotta do the beer anyway. And I see Des give me this look, and I just like, I'm like, all right, eyes down for the rest of the elevator ride.
You don't have to say
So then we get off the elevator, and she's like, what are you doing? And Des doesn't know yet that this kid clocked her. And so I go.
At first, I was just like, oh my God, whatever. 3 people just, I guess we're talking about my body functions in front of strangers, whatever. Then Drew breaks the news.
And I go, by the way, I think that kid knows who you are. So can't help it.
Oh my God.
And I'm just going to keep leaning into it, I think. I'm going to be the best dad, not because I'll love the kid, which I will, and support the kid, which I will. I am going to talk to every other dad at pickup and just be like, see, you got the new Nissan Sentra.
With the mug. Literally.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about this before,
Yes.
but when I go outside, out of like the home, ceramic mug.
He walks Breck, our producer, the dog, with a coffee cup. It doesn't have a lid. It's literally exactly like
a
this.
ceramic home
just a
coffee
ceramic mug. And he's out walking around with it. And I'm like, this is, hey, how you doing? How's the kids? How's the wife, Larry?
You catch the game last week? Doesn't matter what game, but did you catch it? Because we have to talk about it.
So,
it's going to be
God.
good times.
Man, we like to have fun around
We do
here.
like to have fun around here.
That's one thing. So I think we'll talk, dude, and I guess after the game, we'll talk about the game. I promise in the next 5. After the game, we ended up going to a bar and we were like, okay, what do we do? We're sad. There's a lot of Patriots fans actually
God, there
out.
are so many Patriots fans.
So we got these drinks called the party starters.
And let me tell you, we started the party.
Let me tell you.
What's a party starter? I'm so glad you asked. It was a margarita-esque
Ish.
beverage with a watermelon Red Bull can upside down shoved in the thing.
On top.
And
Yeah.
so we ordered it and we got it. And again, have to talk to everyone.
Yep.
When our waiter dropped them down, I saw like 4 or 5 people like clock it and be like, that's an insane thing to order. At also like 8:50 at night.
We
And
gotta start the
we gotta
party.
stay awake. We gotta start the party. And so I see people like clocking it, looking at like the little fold out thing that like where it advertises it. And I wanted to be
The
like,
menu is what it's called.
Thank you. I just wanted to be like, you got this party starter. Check it out. It's pretty good. And like I can even feel it. And I'm like, and then some people got it. I really wanted to be like, you got a party starter too? Pretty fun.
You know what? And while we're on the topic of drinking, like it was a fun weekend, whatever. So we got on the plane and we were like, you know what? Let's have one more drink. One more drink on the plane. We'll shoot the shit, whatever. We're chilling. We're still somewhat on no, this isn't even vacation. I haven't been on vacation in years.
Yeah.
We're traveling for work. It's fine. So we'll drink. So we get on the plane and we're like, you know what? We're gonna get 2 vodkas and a Diet Coke. Like, we'll just make our own little mixed drink. And so
like me get one, Des get one.
And so we find out his name is Tommy, the flight attendant. So he gets all the drink orders together and they come out with
even before that, when he came up and said, "What do you want?" and I go, "I'll do a vodka and Diet Coke." And I was like, "I'll do a vodka Diet Coke." And he goes, "I can't hear you." And so I go, "I'll do a vodka Diet Coke." Like, it's a 10:30 a.m. flight. I'm like, all right, great. So then he does that, orders that. So then he comes back.
So he has a full tray of drinks and loudly he goes, "Where are my vodka drinkers?"
Like the whole back of the plane. And we're just like,
raise our hands. We're like,
yo,
that's us.
And he's like, here they are. So then he hands us the 2 shooters and the 2 Diet Cokes, which I also appreciate how Tommy, I don't know if you saw this, hands us the 2 shooters out of his pocket.
Yeah,
Diet
man.
Cokes come out. He's just like, do you see?
Loaded with-
Chapow. Then hands us 2 more shooters.
oh my God.
And I
dude.
go, no, we didn't order these.
And I hit Drew. I go, "Yes, we did. Thank you, Tommy."
And then even Tommy looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
You idiot."
All of a sudden, Tommy's New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, you kid. Take the free shots.
So-
That's basically, he hooked us up. Tommy hooked
did.
us up.
And I love Tommy was attentive and awesome. He hooked us up,
Yes.
didn't charge us.
Which
was awesome.
We've been getting pretty lucky on
Yes.
Southwest flights.
That's the thing. Side note, not outing Southwest's dirty laundry, but like we're like half and half getting charged and not getting charged.
I, you know what? Remember when you didn't want to accept the free alcohol just now? I don't think we need to out Southwest for doing that. Like, you know, they're
It's not a
gifting
bad
us
thing.
something.
No, I'm not outing him. I'm saying,
But what
like,
if Mr. Southwest listens to this podcast and now they're like, we got to tighten up on the free vodka
what, you're gonna charge
shooters.
us for pick our own seats? Oh wait, they already did that. Or you're gonna charge us for checked bags? Oh wait, they already did that.
They just want
Love
all
your
the
airline,
money.
by the way, Mr. Southwest. Great airline.
So the last thing about traveling, I promise, guys, we're getting into
Talk about football.
So we've talked about this a lot. A lot of people think we're dating because men and women can't just be friends. So we just get that a lot. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, is this your boyfriend? Is this your girlfriend? Where I was like, no, could never, ew. Tommy, he literally drops this off. And as Drew was denying the second round of shots he was giving us, he said something like, "Oh, has he always been this light of a drinker with you?"
And did he not drink as much when you met him or something like that?
Yes, along those lines. So I was like, great, another guy. At this point, we don't really correct people anymore.
The other side thing is that we created a bit at the airport that morning.
After he said that, then we created a bit.
We were doing it in the lounge.
Oh.
Of like pretending to be having fights. Of like, you always do this, or like the kids aren't even around and we're still fighting.
I brought it up because it's always I love people watching. It's always so funny to look around and you see the couple that's traveling is so stressful, and you just see the couple so tense and fighting. You're like, God, love, that's so
and
great.
Des and I, who look like a couple, are just like having the time of our lives. And every couple's looking at him like, I don't know what they have, but I want what they have. Tell you what, it's called friendship.
I know. Not being romantically involved.
It's
so
the
guys,
greatest thing ever.
So we create this bit where I'm like, this is why I left you for. Oh no, you create a bit where I cheated on you with my trainer.
You're always with your trainer too much. And the kids are like, call him dad sometimes. And it's just like all this stuff. So anyway, we're back on the plane and we were like, let's just lean into it.
Yeah.
And
so then after he drops that, he says something about the relationship. Then I'm like, you know what we need to do is we need to create a whole backstory. Drew just spilled.
I spilled a little bit.
It's fine. So we need to create a whole backstory. So when they say this, we could be like, yeah, we've been married 20 years. We met in Bora Bora. Like, just really
make it up,
lean
change
into
it every time.
Yeah. And then something happened where Tommy came back, I think, to give us more ice. And we still don't know it because we talked about it on the plane, but I don't know what we did or said to him to make him say this. But he goes, man, all of a sudden you guys have a very brotherly, sisterly vibe.
Yeah.
Like something about like, oh, this cute relationship.
I think Tommy's like the most like sentient, like feeler of vibes, because we didn't say anything.
No.
Nothing. And he just like walked by. He was like, brother sister vibes now. Like just like as he put his finger out to like see what way the wind's blowing. He's just like, nope, brother sister vibe. We're like, yeah, Tommy, we know.
So then immediately right before this, I was talking about how we really need to lean into this. He says that, and I go, yeah, we're just friends. And Drew's like, wow, you folded immediately because we were talking about creating a whole backstory and I completely forgot.
And what my favorite part about full circle moment is I had to pee really bad. Plane lands. I get up to go pee on the plane, come back out. Tommy's right outside the bathroom. Full circle moment. Talk to Tommy for a little bit. Come back, see Des. I go, Tommy's from Houston. He's a big Texans fan. His on a 3-leg journey. Started out in Kansas City, got a little layover, and they're going to end up in San Francisco at the end of the night. It's about an hour and a half flight up to San Francisco. Got all that information in 30 seconds because I talked to Tommy.
Just like, get me off of this plane. Get me home. And oh, great, I have to now record a podcast with this guy. Oh, good stuff. So that was our trip.
That was our trip.
That Sands
and
game.
You know what's crazy? That was like the biggest spark notes we could have ever.
We could talk hours about this.
But we
Drew
can't.
Definitely could.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a stranger that walks into this room.
Maybe we should just do that every once in a while.
I know, just
like me and a stranger. So, you flying to home or away from home? Love that line so much.
Oh, man. All right, let's get into football, shall we?
Yeah, there's some football things that have happened.
Yes.
Real quick, we're going to take a little break from the story in the game. We're going to talk about some of the other stuff that's happened around the league. Then we'll go back to the Denver Broncos game.
Yep.
Because on the way here, Des was like, I'll be okay if we don't talk about the Broncos. And I'm like, oh, cool. The two things we talk about on this podcast, you don't want to talk about one of them. Great.
I'll be fine.
So we were talking about the coaching carousel that continues to spin since we talked last week. We had a couple more hirings. Mike McCarthy, former Cowboys and Green Bay head coach, goes to the Steelers.
Interesting. So we got that filled.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's not terribly happy about that from what I've felt.
I know. I got to be honest with you guys. I haven't done as much prep because this has been a whole whirlwind. I haven't seen a lot of news about this. So the Pittsburgh is not too happy?
McCarthy lately, I mean, he won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers back with Green Bay in 2015, I think.
Okay.
And it's really just been downhill ever since. He went to the Cowboys, didn't do great with the Cowboys. I think he made a playoff or two. But for the most part, McCarthy doesn't have like a yes vibe. So Steelers aren't feeling, from what I've heard, some things aren't super stoked when you go from Mike Tomlin to Mike McCarthy. Not the greatest. So that happened. Who went to the Ravens, Des?
Jesse Minter, the former Chargers defensive coordinator, goes to the Ravens.
Yeah,
so
and you said a cool saying that I didn't realize was happening.
Minter is coming.
Minter is coming.
I definitely stole that from the Baltimore Ravens.
Cool.
They posted that.
Oh,
yes.
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
is cool.
do a copyright on that.
And then we'll go back real quick, but so there's still 4 more head coaching spots that need to be filled. Asked Des to quiz me this morning on if I could figure out the 4 spots that needed to be filled. Failed.
Well, yeah, he named every spot that has been filled. And I was like, do you know sports? So the last 4 that still need to be filled at time of recording Monday night, we still got the Raiders, which Broncos, oh my God, the Broncos quarterbacks coach, Davis Webb, he is a top candidate for being the head coach there. And I famously said, as you guys know, famously on this podcast, I was like, there's no way he's going to be head coach going from quarterbacks. Typically, you see someone in it's just a very specific position, go to then a coordinator position, either offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. So I thought maybe he'd get an OC job somewhere.
Yeah.
But he is interviewing not only for the Raiders, but he's also interviewing for the Bills head coaching job now.
I saw that both those interviews happened today. He had a very busy.
Yeah.
And the Raiders was a second interview.
So it is piping hot for that. We also have the Browns. Haven't really heard any news around that.
No.
And then the Cardinals, which is the one team that Drew could not figure out that still needs to be filled. And we said at the beginning of the season, we were talking about all the teams in the NFL. I just always forget about the Cardinals.
Yep.
And your girlfriend is from Arizona, and we sort of talked like she could be a Cardinals fan, but you just always forget about them. But I'm mentioning the Cardinals because I have my spidey senses again tingling.
Yeah.
I think that's where Vance Joseph is going to go because he already coached there. He was the DC there before coming back to the Broncos. I just could see that connection happening.
Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator of the Broncos, who Des is really worried about leaving.
I'm really sad about it. I talked about it, I think, 2 episodes ago because the Lions, when they were so good last year, both their coordinators left. And John, we've talked about this, but our team was so gonna start crying. Just kidding, I'm not. Our team was so good, especially defensively this year, and a lot of the credit goes to Vance Joseph. And I'm scared. We'll still have a lot of the players, but I'm scared that him leaving will take some of that magic away.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a really good football team. Can't really change it. So we're gonna find out this week what is going to happen with Davis Webb and Vance Joseph this week.
I think a lot of coaching spots are going to start falling because you can't really wait 2 more weeks till after the Super Bowl. You want to get coaches spots filled now. So
and then, but as far as coordinator positions,
Mike McDaniel,
oh boy,
former Dolphins head coach, my boy Mike, after a little bit of drama, has officially signed as the Chargers offensive coordinator. And I say drama because a report came out last week that Mike McDaniel is expected to sign a contract with the Chargers to be their offensive coordinator. But then there were still reports that he was still interviewing for head coaching jobs. And he was still going to interview for the Bills head coaching job. And he was still going to interview for the Raiders head coaching job. There was all this drama. Even I saw the Chargers posted a thing where it was like, McDaniel expected to sign his offensive coordinator, and it was like a smiling emoji. And then it was like, McDaniel has 2 head coaching interviews, and it was like a scared emoji. And then it was like, McDaniel officially signs. So that'll be fun. And I pointed out that the AFC East plays the AFC West this year, which famously, obviously, the Broncos and Dolphins are going to play. But that also means that the Dolphins and Chargers are going to play each other this year.
It's gonna be a
so there will be a little bit of a revenge moment. And you know that the Chargers PR team is going to eat that up.
Well, that's one thing. If you guys follow any football team on social media, Chargers social media team knocks it out of the park. They're so good at what they do. And now that Mike McDaniel has officially been announced and signed and everything, now they're starting to release clips about him. And after watching the first clip, I was like, this makes so much sense that he's on this team because he does bits. He's funny. They have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, him landing with the Chargers.
Yeah. So that's all of the head coaching news. I'm sure there will be more coming out next week. Real quick, just a couple small things about the Dolphins. The Dolphins talk real quick. Hey. So I have a couple of takes real quick. Okay. So Des was really mad about Jon-Eric Sullivan's name.
And I was fuming.
Pick a name. So I listened to the hour-long press conference, by the way, introducing Jon-Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley.
Okay.
And one of the reporters asked, they go, Jon-Eric, by by the way, is it John? Is it Eric? What do you prefer? And he said, honestly, it's confusing. Jon-Eric, everyone who knows me just calls me Sully.
What?
His last name's Sullivan.
Oh, there
so just
we go.
call him Sully.
Okay,
Even he had a moment where
okay.
he was like, I know my name's hyphenated. It's stupid. Just call me Sully. And then Jeff Hafley's
Sully, my man.
Hafley's nickname is Half. So we got Half and Sully.
That's cute.
Isn't it cute?
It's a cute little Mike and Sully moment.
I did famously say last week that I was not excited about this hiring. Jeff Hafley just looks like, whatever. After listening to him and hearing him and actually looking at him, dude looks like a football coach out the hoo-ha. So I'm very happy about it. Whatever, don't worry about it. So I'm very happy about it. I'm very excited. He said all the right things. Miss Mike McDaniel a lot, but Jeff Hafley can finish sentences and speak in full, complete sentences without umming and ahhing. So that's exciting.
Okay.
Had a little bit of humor here and there, so that was cool. I'm all for it. I'm excited to see what he does. So that was exciting. Last little thing Des really wanted to talk about my Dolphins is we just hired a new wide receivers coach.
I just think it's a fun, speaking of names, Tyke Tolbert.
Tyke Tolbert.
Hey, Tyke.
You know why you think you're going to like Tyke?
Why?
I did some research on Tyke to check him out. Don't know how I feel about this. He's been a wide receivers coach since 1995. Just a wide receivers coach.
That's a long time.
So either he's the best wide receivers coach in the world, and they're like, he can only do that, or he can only do that. So I don't know. But he's coached. This will be his 8th NFL team that he's coached.
Oh, my God.
He coached a lot of really amazing wide receivers, including one, Demaryius Thomas, because he was the Broncos wide receivers coach for several years, including the 2015 Super Bowl 50 winning Broncos.
No way.
So
I knew I'm good at this stuff. I knew it. I always say I can tell if I like someone within seconds of meeting them.
We were watching.
And we met him and we said, Tyke, my guy.
We didn't meet
You're cool.
him.
Just go with the story.
Okay, sorry. We met him on the plane. I was like, you flying to home or away from home? And he was like, from my old home to my new home.
Yeah,
so, anyway,
I like it, Tyke.
But yeah,
I
Des
like
saw the
it.
name scroll up on like the bottom of the ticker, and she's like, hey, new coach. And I was like, oh, new OC, new DC? No, new wide receivers coach. But ended up being awesome. Good call. Good call, Des. That's it. Dolphins.
Oh
that's
my
all I got for the Dolphins.
God.
So we got to talk about this GDDB game.
I know. All right, you guys. So we spoke about that we really wanted to go to a winter football game. Little did we know when we put that out into the universe that it would be an Arctic freeze football game.
Oh my God.
Unreal. So thankfully, Drew's aunt and uncle, Frank.
Shout out Frank and Sherry.
And they absolutely hooked us up because all he brought was tennis shoes. I don't have boots. Why would I have boots? I live in LA. They go, is that what you're wearing? I go, yeah. And they go, no.
Come here, you
no,
sweet
come
child.
here, come here, sweet child. Gave me actual ski gloves, boots, actual warm socks, snow pants. Didn't have snow pants. And I was like, yeah, I'll just put some leggings under jeans. Like I didn't grow up in Colorado for 22 years of my life. Insane. So they hooked us up with everything. So did I just have a stroke?
I hope not.
Is it this
Your
room?
body and mind is like, it's like danger. We're going to start talking about the game and
not
it
gonna
won't
be
let
good.
you. Yes.
You're not going to be good. So most of the game, we were pretty warm. It was fine. Like the multiple layers, I wasn't really wearing gloves. Like it was okay. It was cold, but not frigid. Then in about 20 minutes, it dropped at least 10 degrees. I think it was
quicker than that. Yeah.
Yes. So quick. And all of a sudden, all of our layers are on.
And none of us, Amber, Johnny, Des, and I, none of us talked about it. We all just started like moving and like grabbing the gloves, grabbing the gaiter, grabbing the stuff. And then we're like, it got really cold.
Yeah.
And so then halftime happens.
Yeah.
And we all go inside because we were saying, again, massive shout out, Amber and Johnny. They have club tickets. So you can it's outside, but then the club level, you can go inside and then stay warm and get nicer food and drinks. So we all go inside. Des goes to do influencer things and have an interview. We all get drinks, come back, and literally we left the game cold, but no snow. Go inside, come back out, start second half.
Within 10 minutes.
Wind, snow, blizzard.
But that is football.
It was football, baby.
It was just snow. It was white. which is not good for our team, and I'll talk about that in a second. But it was an epic game, and the adrenaline was pumping.
Mm-hmm.
I will never forget being at this game. It was such a fun experience.
And we joke about like we really wanted a winter game, but thinking about going to this game way before we knew we were going, and then when we knew we were going, but before we knew the weather, I envisioned myself at this game clapping my hands with gloves on and screaming, and the steam coming out of my mouth. Like that was the image I had for this game.
You little manifester,
and
you.
it happened.
Look at you go.
I didn't manifest anything else good because they lost.
Oh yeah, I guess spoiler alert,
Sorry.
we lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a cool moment.
It was. So overall this game, I mean, you guys, I think I might have talked about it last week. I don't remember. Everything's mushing together. But anytime I wore my Broncos gear around LA, if someone saw me with it, the first thing they wouldn't say before the game, they would be like, typically you'd be, congrats. You're one of 4 teams to make it this far out of 32. Typically you go, oh my God, congrats. You excited? Of course, strangers wouldn't know I'm going to the game. The first thing I had multiple people say when they saw I was a Broncos fan this past week was, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And they say it because Bo Nix was out for the season, and now our backup QB was in. Now, Jarrett Stidham, we talked a lot about him last week. It was a long shot, man, going into this game. But like, if Bo Nix was out there, we would have won this game. And that's what like so hard. It's so hard to register and like think, because it's woulda, coulda, shoulda type of thinking. And Jerry, I'm not even mad at Jarrett Stidham. I'm not like, oh, this guy sucks. He was fine. He's a backup QB though. Like, and not, I don't want to disparage on the guy. Like, I don't want to talk badly about him, but there's a reason Bo Nix is our starter, right? And I mean, Jarrett Stidham, what is crazy, his pass to Marvin Mims, I believe it was 53 yards. Yeah. That is the longest pass of the season. Our backup QB did that. Bo Nix didn't do that. So I'm giving you all the flowers, Jarrett Stidham. Everyone was behind you. Like, it was like Stiddy up was a phrase. Stiddy City.
There were a lot of like Stiddy chants in the first half. Like people were chanting his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just, I hear you. And I know you saw the quote Mike McGlinchey gave where he was basically like to the media, if anyone blames this game on Stiddy, like I'll come after you. I'll kill you. Like, they have his back, as they should. And I go back and forth on if like Stiddy lost this game, because a lot of things happened. But the 2 things that happened, his awful backwards pass fumble thing and the interception in the fourth quarter. Bo Nix doesn't do those 2 things. And if it's one of them,
the interception he could, but
exactly.
the pass thing was a backup QB happening because you don't have the reps.
And I have a tough time with that, because there were certain moments that I did see.
It was everything.
Yeah.
It was everything. Our receivers couldn't catch the ball. We'll get into the Seahawks-Rams game, but you watch that and they have epic receivers. Weather absolutely played into this. And I love Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims. I love LGH, Jordan Humphrey. I love them all, but like watching the Seahawks versus watching the Broncos receivers, there's a difference. Yeah. There is a difference. We couldn't hang on to the ball. Jarrett Stidham had a couple of moments. Our O-line couldn't stop anyone.
Which was crazy, because going into this game, the Broncos gave up the least one of the smallest.
They're up there.
Yes. And Stidham was running for his life every single play.
Everyone.
And again, we're not blaming the O-line. It was just insane to see that.
It was everything.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, and the coaching. Like, it was the end of the second. We were 4th and 1. We were in the red zone. All you have to do is a nice little tush push, right? A QB sneak, anything, 1 yard, or kick a field goal. A lot of people, what they're saying is, as a head coach, what do you do in that moment? You have to think of everything that's coming up. 1, you have a backup QB, so you typically want to run the ball more than you throw it. Okay, that's something to know. 2, you should probably have heard the news that snow is coming, right? Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming in Colorado. So you should know it's going to get hard. So we need to get points where we can. Let's not be cute. Let's kick this field goal. Those are the 2 things. And so what did they do at 4th and 1? And instead of running the ball, kicking a field goal, they do a pass play.
Yeah.
Stidham throws the ball, and of course, it gets intercepted.
I mean, the play was blown up before it even started.
Absolutely. Why are you doing this with a backup QB? And I'm not angry at Sean Payton. I'm really truly not mad about this loss. It's just like he was out coached. What the hell was that? We weren't prepared, and it was a little bit of everything that came together. And I'm not saying this with anger or man, they should have done this. As soon as Bo Nix went out, the writing was on the wall. And I think I said this last week, but unless a miracle happened, and I still feel like that was the case.
It sucks. It sucks because I kind of disagree.
Okay, yeah.
And I think part of it is, I hate to say this, but I think the weather played a factor.
Well, what I was talking about, the white jerseys, the Patriots did all white. Their pants were white. Their jerseys were white. You go back and look at pictures. It is hard to see those players and how hard the snow was falling. It was part of I don't know if they made it a strategy, but it was hard to see those players.
Yeah,
and
I think why I disagree to an extent is the Patriots did not play a good game either.
No, they did not.
They just played a slightly less worse game.
Well, because, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, but out of the 10 points the Patriots scored, they scored a touchdown because of Jarrett Stidham's accidental backwards pass, fumble, everything. So they scored points only because we got them within 10 yards, 5 yards of the goal line.
They got the ball on the 14 or 10 yard line.
So if that did not happen, every single drive the Patriots did, they couldn't get close enough. Besides, finally, they square up to kick a field goal and they finally get 3 points, which the kicker had already missed one. And I'm not saying their kicker is bad. Will Lutz unfortunately missed 2 of those.
One of them was blocked.
Yes. So the only great offensive play was the Cortland Sutton touchdown. That was it.
And the Mims throw that set up the Cortland Sutton touchdown.
Yes. Thank you.
No, you're good.
So go ahead.
But what I was just going to say is, Stidham was 17 for 31 for 133 yards. Not a great stat line, but there's weather. You recognize it. He's a backup QB. Drake May completed 10 passes. That's it.
I'm ill,
10
actually,
passes
hearing that.
out of 21 attempts for 86 total yards.
Dude,
there
was MVP chants in the stands when I was disassociating with my body. And I was hearing that, and he's in the running for MVP. But to hear that, I'm furious.
And so that's why I say we could have the Broncos could have won this game.
I know.
If a lot of things had to fall into place. I'm not saying they deserve to win. I'm not saying the Patriots didn't deserve to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a great team. I think Mike Vrabel's a phenomenal coach.
Oh, amazing.
And I like him a lot.
Yeah.
But I just think that so many things could have still gone the Broncos' way, and they easily could have won this game.
And there's 2 things I did say to Drew during the game, and it ended up happening. One, when we didn't go for it on 4th and 1, of course, I was screaming. I would go, there's a feeling in my gut, these 3 points that we should have kicked is going to come back to haunt us later.
You clocked that play immediately, and you said this is going to be massive that this happened.
Alas. And also the fact that the punter, the Patriots punter. I've never seen a punter be so awful, and he was awful before it started snowing. Every single kick, I think there was one time he kicked and we started on the 50.
Yeah.
Typically when you punt a ball, I would say on average you start in between the 0 and the 20, would you say?
Yeah.
So you have 80 yards to go, even if you start on the 20. A lot of the times we were starting on the 40, 50.
They couldn't, they call it flipping field position basically, and they could not flip the field to save their lives.
And we were like, oh my God, that's crazy. And I remember turning towards you and I go, I don't know what's more embarrassing is that this punter can't punt, or that we can't score off of multiple times this punter not being able to punt.
I mean, I keep saying it doesn't matter. The Broncos needed at times 10, 15 yards just from where they started their field position to end to get into field goal range. Lutz has been a phenomenal kicker. He had one kick that was blocked, which has never happened this season.
Yes, it has.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I believe so.
When?
Oh my God, wait, has it not?
I don't think he's had a kick blocked.
Oh my God, do you remember that Chiefs blocked one?
I know.
Wait, oh my God, maybe he hasn't.
Yeah, I don't think he has.
There's been so many games this season it's come down to a field goal kick by Lutz. Oh my God, I think you might be right. Continue.
Sportsball.
I'm gonna look
We
this up.
think I might be right.
Yeah.
But and then one that he just missed because it was windy and it was a long and it went wide kick. But it was really frustrating. I think for me as a Broncos kind of fan, like it was frustrating.
You're a Broncos fan.
Okay, thanks. It was frustrating to see, and I know this feeling well because I follow the damn Dolphins all the time. It was frustrating to have a team that you think should be good not play as good as they should play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just frustrating for me. Side note, just want to go on a quick rant, by the way. I saw a couple posts after the Patriots won this game, and I think it wasn't the Patriots that posted this, but it was like a Patriots fan page, and it was this like beautiful moment of like, oh, the Patriots are back, and oh, the suffering of the last couple years. Shut up, Patriots fans. Shut up. I'm so over you guys. I'm sorry, but like, oh, was it hard for a couple years?
5.
Was it hard for a couple years to not go to your big Super Bowl? No, what was it? The Patriots are going to their 12th Super Bowl appearance. The most by any team ever. So I don't feel bad for you and your couple years of not being that good. Shut up. I don't care. You don't get to be like, oh, we rose from the ashes. No, you didn't.
He's a Dolphins fan, in case anyone.
But it's just like, and I've seen this all the time. The Dolphins watched Tom Brady demolish us for almost 2 decades. Then he's gone. Then the Patriots suck. Great, we have Tua. Great, we have Mike McDaniel. We have the best offense in the league. 70 points against the Broncos. Everything's great. No, just kidding. Now the Patriots are back at the Super Bowl. What happened? Oh, I'm getting high-pitched.
The Elmo is coming out.
Oh, God, it's just so
What I call
frustrating.
it, the Elmo. It's so... Drew, I hear you.
Sorry.
I see you. I validate those feelings.
I started doing this like 3 hours ago. I was coming up, and Des was like, save it for the podcast. Save it for the podcast. And then it's just been building in my gut.
I think to wrap up this game.
Yes.
We started talking about at the beginning. I mean, because I don't know if there's anything else I really want to talk about other than maybe, one really cool thing. When you go to Broncos games at the start of fourth quarter, Miles, the mascot, he gets on top of this. Oh man, I should know how tall it is, but it's stories high.
Yeah, close to 80, if not 100 feet.
Yeah, on top of this scoreboard, waves a fourth quarter flag, and that's how you start it out every time. Mind you, the blizzard started blizzarding into third, something like that. Fourth quarter, when the TV, the projector, what is it called? The screen starts playing like Miles going to all these buildings and waving this fourth quarter flag. I was like, there's no way he's getting up there. There's no way. It was wind blowing everything.
Had to be 20, 30 mile an hour winds.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Snow everywhere. And even I hope the Broncos did this on purpose because they were showing it. And I go, I think they're showing it to get us hyped up because safety-wise, they can't let him go up
There's
there.
no way. We were like, there's
like an image where it's like they show him, not really, but like the screen shows like what would be him coming up. And and then like nothing happens for a second. Like the music swells. And I'm like, of course, he's not going up. And like then it beats. And then you see him. And I swear to God, the Broncos did it on purpose to like tease the audience. And what I'm going back to this, what makes me so, that could and should have been a moment that like rallied, and then we'd be telling people of like, oh, we didn't think we were gonna win. Then Miles goes up in the blizzard, and we rally.
And you couldn't even see him because he's
so
white, and it was so
cool.
magical and cool. That was one of my favorite parts of it. And I mean, all in all, as we wrap up this Broncos segment, I'm so proud of our team. I can't talk much, and I think next week maybe I can talk a little bit more without crying and tearing up. But
You've been doing good.
I've been doing okay. This season exceeded all expectations. Yep, there's the
there
guy.
she goes.
There she is. Oh God, it exceeded all expectations. I'm so fucking proud of this team, and I'm so excited for our future, and it's so bright. And we should not have gotten this far with how much dead cap space we have. It's a second-year quarterback. No one saw this coming. No one did, besides Sean Payton saying this is a Super Bowl caliber team. I'm so proud. I am so proud, and I'm not complete. Sure, I'm sad. I'm not sad that we're not going to the Super Bowl. I'm just sad that this epic season ended.
Yeah.
It was so fun. Like, I'm never going to forget this 2025 season. Holy cow. I'm never going to forget it. It was so many amazing last minute games. It was a season I'll never forget, and I'm so proud of them. Now, to get out of this cry fest, if the Broncos went on to win, we would have gone destroyed by either NFC team, either the Seahawks or the Rams. I am happy it ended this way. I'm happy we went out with Jarrett Stidham. I think this is fine because I don't know if I wanted to go to the Super Bowl and have it be a beatdown. I believe in our team, but man, those NFC teams are looking good. And the Patriots are getting knocked out next week, and we'll talk about that in a sec.
Yeah.
Either way, proud, happy, and I'm just forever grateful to be a Broncos fan. So
I'm grateful to have Tyke Tolbert as my wide receivers coach next year. I think it's going to be really good and exciting.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor, baby.
Woo!
While I pull myself together.
All right, I'll take it, Des. So we want to thank Editing Solutions for sponsoring today's podcast episode. So instead of relying on one editor who can miss deadlines or deliver inconsistent quality, Editing Solutions gives you a full team focused on fast, high-quality content. And they also handle live stream moderation, clipping, full content management, and more.
Yes, what we love about them is they're better than just one editor. They're a full team. And they also help with content creation ideas, not just editing. And what I love the most is they work with creators. So whether you're just starting out or you've been in this business a lot, they work to get you the right price, the right content that you need. It's a very collaborative process.
100%.
Yes.
So we want to thank Editing Solutions for sponsoring this ad read or sponsoring this podcast. There will be a link in our description to book a one short edited video for free, no strings attached. They will edit the entire thing for you, give it right back. So use that link. And again, thanks to Editing Solutions for sponsoring today's podcast.
All right, you guys. For the last time for the Sportzball season, this is actually a good moment to talk about this. We have one last league catch-up because there's no other teams to talk about after the Super Bowl because then you're done. So we have one other game to talk about. Some people have been asking us what we're going to do once the Super Bowl happens.
Once football's over.
We're keeping this podcast is going to go until after the draft, and then we're going to have an off season in about 3 months. So we're going to continue to talk. Drew's going to continue to talk to strangers. We're going to continue to talk about football, what's going on, coaches, maybe teach you a little bit of football. So hang around. We'll be here till end of April.
Yeah, be doing some fun. End of April is when the draft was. That's what I was going to say to give like a idea of when that'll happen. So one final time, shout out Kesha, my girl. We got to lead Kesha up. What's funny about this is like there was another game. Like we went to this bar after the Broncos game, and Des was doing this bit because she was so pissed. Where we were watching the Seahawks game, and part of it was annoying because they kept flashing this graphic up on the screen, but it was like winner of this game advances to face the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And Des would look at me, and not that you were getting drunk, but like for the sake of the story, it'd be funnier if you'd be like, "Oh, the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl," and then like as the game went on, you'd be like, "What? The Patriots going to stupid Super Bowl?" Like,
had no idea.
You were just getting so pissed.
Had no idea. Wait, you're saying the people that beat this team, that means that's what's next is a Super Bowl? What? So, yeah, they kept flashing it up, and it's fine. So go ahead.
Anyway, Rams Seahawks played. It was not a 10-7 snooze fest as far as points being scored.
No,
This was a 27-31 back and forth nail biter.
It was epic.
Seahawks won at home. Des was also saying it would be cool if the Rams won because then both away teams won the NFC and AFC Championship games.
Yeah, and then the both number one seeds of both division would have lost, but alas, just the
Seahawks are really freaking good.
They're so good.
I saw this thing about the Seahawks where it was a meme really roasting Geno Smith, and it was like, think about how bad Geno Smith has to be that the year after you leave the Seahawks, they go to the Super Bowl, and the team you go to now has the number one pick in the draft. Like just a cause and effect of like, wow.
But we also gotta say, I think we saw the Seahawks going to the Super Bowl. Like it was written in the stars because we mentioned this on one podcast, but every single time a new pope has been announced, the Seahawks make it to the Super Bowl. What the hell? The Seahawks have made it 3 times. The past 3 popes, I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say that. but the popes have been announced those 3 years. Every single time.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
How do I phrase this?
I can't.
I'm getting hot.
I know.
Also.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Cool.
I know. It's not frigid in LA.
No, it feels great.
I
But
think
I
I'm
got
having
you.
a stroke. It doesn't matter. That's a pretty cool thing.
But I also think it's funny because we were watching, we were watching the game, and I think we're just always like, wow, the Seahawks are really good.
They're so
and we
good.
didn't watch a lot of Seahawks games. And one of the things that made me realize this is we were watching the game, and Dez goes, oh, they have a Super Bowl 50 patch.
I saw one player have a Super Bowl 50 patch, which that ding, 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 they weren't in Super Bowl 50.
No.
We were. So that should have been the first flag. I was like, man, he's been on this team for 10 years.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Anyways.
I researched it.
Okay.
It's all the players were wearing it.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
It's just a patch. They've been wearing it all season, so we haven't watched Seahawks games
I haven't.
to commemorate the 50th season of the Seahawks.
Does that mean they're a new team? When were we created? 1960?
I don't
How
wanna do
many
the
years
math,
is
but-
1960? Okay, like 60 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Not a newish team.
Happy
They've been
50th
around. Yeah,
birthday, Seattle Seahawks. You want to go to the Super Bowl?
I guess so. So anyway, that was interesting. But I mean, one of the biggest things we want to talk about with this game, similar to the 4th down call that Sean Payton had that you could argue did cost the game. We saw a pretty insane sequence of events that very easily could have cost the Seahawks the game.
Dude, for professional athletes. So you can't taunt, right? Taunting is something that you can be called on. Like if you hit someone, yeah, Drew's taunting me right now. Don't
Can't
do
do
that.
I
You
wonder
throw
if a football
flag.
player did that. If they put their hands on their helmet and
then
stuck their
stick their
tongue out.
tongue
Couple
out?
things. One, couldn't see a football player stick their tongue out.
Nope.
They're wearing face masks.
Yep.
Anyway, you can't taunt. You can't be mean. You can't say
No,
bad
in
words.
football, we're nice.
Classy.
We do nice.
Act like you've been there before.
Yes. So there's one part that the Seahawks player, he comes over. And, do you know who it was?
No.
I didn't write it down.
Would've been good.
Sorry, guys. We have been traveling.
It's been a long couple days.
He goes to the Rams sideline and is yelling at them, like hyped up.
Yeah.
Because something happened. They stopped a big play. He is talking at them like, hell yeah, watch us go, blah, 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 blah. The ref goes, hey, watch it. Warned to him twice. Then he doesn't stop, gets the flag.
Yeah.
And basically, I think, I'm not going to be right. You guys are going to correct me. But it was like they were at 3rd and like 14.
Yeah.
And it made them get a first down in line to possibly score a touchdown. What happens? They score a touchdown very next play.
And what happens on that very next play? The DB who was taunting the Rams sideline
Ooh, yeah.
then is guarding Puka Nacua, gets burned by Puka Nacua, who scores a touchdown. So in the span of 2 plays, this player completely just muffs everything. It was so bad that the Seattle Seahawks were fighting with each other on the sidelines. So another player was yelling at the guy. And I was telling Des this too. It was so egregious. Sometimes when a player gets a penalty, they'll yell back at the ref and be like, oh, that's BS, whatever. They showed the player and he had his hands on his helmet and was like looking up in the sky. And it was like he knew
what he did.
messed up. And
Which he should have known when the ref goes, hey, don't
stop
do that.
doing that.
Hey, I told you once,
Yep.
don't do it again. You should have known then. So either way, I was like, what if that absolutely lost them the game? It didn't. They still went on. But control that. And I think overall, the Rams had such a crazy, epic season. A lot of people are looking at Matthew Stafford, their quarterback, and being like, could this be his last year? He's been in the league a long time. He is MVP caliber season.
I would argue he should be the MVP.
Okay.
I mean, he led the league in passing yards. He led the league in passing touchdowns. He was bottom of the league in interceptions. Like, he had a phenomenal season. To be specific, it's his 17th season in the NFL.
Yeah.
He played 12 years for a horrible Lions team and then went to a Rams team, won a Super Bowl with the Rams. Like,
for 5 years, which is so ironic in case you guys didn't know. So Matthew Stafford was on the Lions, awful. Jared Goff was on the Rams, not doing so great either. They basically do a swap. And what happens? The Lions start balling out and the Rams start balling out. I think it's such a very interesting, unique story for that.
I think Stafford was not great, but I think he was pretty good. Like there were a lot of people saying like the Lions are holding Stafford down, and he goes to the Rams, wins a Super Bowl. I would argue Hall of Fame worthy quarterback.
So what do you think? So we're talking about it's been 17 seasons in the NFL. You think he's a front runner, should win MVP. Do you think he should retire after this year?
I don't think he should.
I agree with that.
He is, I don't know how old he is, but he's pushing 40, if not in his 40s, playing 17 seasons. I mean, we saw Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it, has been like declining.
He's 37.
Okay. So we saw Brady do it. We're watching Rodgers do it at a horrible clip. We saw Brady do it at a great clip. We've seen quarterback Manning did it.
Great clip.
Yeah, like they're rocking at a great clip. But don't just yes and me sometimes, Des.
I just don't like your vocabulary sometimes. You're very right. So I think they have a lot of steam behind them.
100%.
You can't quit now.
No.
So there's going to be a lot of narrative. Is the Stafford's going to be, as we just did, definitely the national media is going to be talking about this. I think he should come back.
You know what? We didn't bet a lot in the last couple weeks, which is probably a good thing. I'm going to find call she or whatever. I'm going to put a bet Stafford's coming back. Mark my words.
He can stop whenever he wants to.
There's betting in this cup, not alcohol. Who put betting in this cup?
Who put betting in this cup? So we have a Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks, y'all.
Yeah, we get a little Pro Bowl break.
Yep. The NFL honors where we find out who the MVP is next week.
Side note, I saw this. Shedeur Sanders is now in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, saw that too.
Isn't that crazy?
A little bit. Yeah.
Weird.
He's the only quarterback in the AFC North to be in the Pro Bowl. We have Lamar Jackson,
Just scraping
Joe Burrow,
by, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God.
None of those three are in, but Shedeur Sanders is.
Sanders.
Pretty crazy.
He'll draw fans. I don't know. It's wild.
So we have our final pick to do for the Super Bowl. Right now, I'm whooping Drew. There's no chance that he is going to, unfortunately, win this.
No, and we're also talk about me being a producer and being bad at it. We're trying to figure out. I've lost. I'm going to lose this season. So we're trying to figure out what the punishment is for me losing, and I can't. I gave Des a lot of ideas, and she's like, "That's stupid. We can do better." And I was like, "What about this?" She's like, "That's dumb. We can do better."
Oh my God. Anyway, so we're gonna create a post on what Drew will have to do for losing this, okay? Because he picked the Rams to win, and I said don't do that, but he still did.
Do you know what I think would be fun? Because we might most likely be picking the same thing. Let's up the stakes a little bit and pick the score.
Okay. Well, okay.
Well, you don't like that idea?
Sure.
See, she doesn't like any of my ideas.
No, that's fine. I wasn't prepared. Okay, we're picking the score for the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be. Oh, wait, hold please. Drew, entertain.
So what I think is interesting about Tommy being from Houston is that he didn't really have an accent. Tommy did have like a New York vibe. And maybe he's not from Houston, but he was a Texans fan.
Okay, you can stop talking. I have it. Okay. All right, we're going to turn our picks around in 3, 2, 1. All right, we both got Seahawks. Drew?
Seahawks, I said 31-15. And people are like, that's weird. Usually it's 14-2. What?
Can you put it in front of you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Usually, cover my face. Usually, touchdowns are 7 points, so it's 14. No, I think it's going to be close-ish at the beginning, and Vrabel is going to be Vrabel-y, and he's going to say we're going for 2 points into the second half, or into the second quarter. It's kind of close. I'm going for 2 points. 15. They don't score anything in the second half. Seahawks run it up 31-15. That's my prediction.
Wow, that's you really thought it out.
In 2 seconds.
Oh, that's
your boy
so
knows
impressive.
ball. Had a great clip.
Okay, I had the Seahawks winning 43-8, y'all.
I wonder why you did that, Des.
I wonder why, everyone. And I had to look it up because I have blocked it from memory. That is when the Seahawks and Broncos went to the Super Bowl, and the Seahawks absolutely owned us. And what do I think is going to happen? The Seahawks are absolutely going to own the Patriots. The Patriots, they have a good thing cooking. I hate it when people talk about the strength of schedule for the Patriots, that they didn't deserve these wins. Like, what are they supposed to do? Like lose? Like, so what? Their schedule's going to be harder next year. It's going to show a lot of what they can do. But after seeing that championship game, there is no way that either of the AFC teams, including my Denver Broncos, could go to the Super Bowl and beat the Seattle Seahawks.
And I also think seeing like the Patriots celebrating winning the AFC Championship and seeing the Seahawks celebrating the NFC Championship, it felt like the Patriots won their Super Bowl. Like they're already like, oh my God. And the Seahawks are kind of like, yeah, we did that. Let's go do the other thing. And I just, that feels like they're too high, the Patriots.
Yeah.
On top of everything else, why I think they're going to lose, I think they're already like, we exceeded expectations. Look at us go. And the Seahawks are like going to do business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's a good Super Bowl. I don't want to watch a boring Super Bowl of an absolute beatdown. I want to be shocked by the Patriots. Patriots shock me. But of course, you're going to be whooped, all right? And actually, I want it to happen. Both of us, Sportsball, we both want the Patriots to lose for different reasons.
I don't know if you can tell, I don't like the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't know
Rewind the podcast like 40 minutes and you'll know how I feel about the Patriots.
You'll hear Drew screaming.
Elmo vibes.
Into the ether.
So, that
wraps
concludes the Broncos and Dolphins 2025 season.
We didn't even do the scoreboard. For one, last time.
This is how we'll end it.
On Sportsball.
We'll start with the Dolphins. We know that this has happened for several weeks, but it officially wraps. There's still maybe a chance we're going to make it to the Super Bowl until last week, but it officially wraps at 7-10.
7-10.
For the Dolphins 2025 NFL season. And it comes to an end and goes to sleep.
And the Broncos, we had a 15-3 season. Drew doesn't agree with it, but I do.
I agree with Dave Logan, so I think it's right.
I would have loved to flip another win onto here, but unfortunately, we are ending with a 15-4 season. I'm going to start crying again. So I'm proud of you guys. Proud of it. And that wraps the Sportsball 2025 season.
Of
our teams playing. We're still, I guess, we have to sit and talk to each other, which is so annoying. But
on that note,
what a time. What a time. Cheers. Cheers, Drewski.
Cheers to a great football season. We're not going anywhere for a few more months. Thank you for hanging out with us and keep hanging out with us. And as always, go Broncfins. So you coming, what are you doing after this? You coming to home or away from home?